Today's My Thoughts Monday is brought to you by GymAware, the leading tool when measuring performance in the weight room. Guys, VBT is all the craze right now. It's a hot, sexy topic, although it's something that's been around for a while. And the man who wrote the book on velocity-based training, Brian Mann, has called the GymAware the Rolls Royce when it comes to velocity measuring devices. Guys, the ability for you to shoot all your information right up into the cloud and store it right away is enough for me right there to make sure that this is something that I had in my weight room. Putting things together with instant feedback as to how the reps are being performed. On top of that, with the x-axis correction, so you don't have to necessarily worry about direct positioning when you're performing the exercises. Tying that in with the visualization of everything and the ability to allow the athletes to compete, make this an absolutely stellar tool and something I couldn't recommend you having in your weight room enough. Hop on over to kinetic.com.au today and see everything that they have to offer. Hey everybody, if you enjoy the podcast and the content it provides, be sure to hop over and check out the community. The community is an exclusive members website that is just an extension of what we do here in July at the Central Virginia Sport Performance Seminar. What it is a combination of video lectures, a coach's corner with your Monday morning take-home information, and a forum where you can talk about anything and everything related to the field of strength and conditioning. In the community, you'll find content added each month from some of the top practitioners in the world, ranging from PhDs to high-level coaches, bringing you exactly what they're doing with their athletes or their research at the present moment. On top of that, an additional discussion by coaches bringing you that Monday morning information, things that you can add to your training program right away. Tying that in with the opportunity to discuss with coaches around the world in the forum on anything and everything from the topics addressed in these presentations to whatever you're seeing in your daily life as a coach. If this sounds like the right thing for you and your staff, go ahead and hop over to cvasps.com/community and try it out for 48 hours for just $1. If you like it, you're signed up, ready to roll, and you're jumping into all the great content added each month. If not, feel free to go ahead and cancel at any time. No questions asked. We're really excited about what we're building in the community and hope you are too. Go ahead and hop over to cvasps.com/community and check it out today.
Hi guys, this is Fantuzzi of the University of North Dakota, and for today's edition of My Thoughts Monday, I want to talk about training partners and their importance in the long-term athletic development from a student-athlete perspective and from a coaching perspective. I think it's very important for coaches to have training partners to work with. And I'll give you an example of what happened for me specifically this past week. I did a workout with a coworker of mine, a really tough sled workout, and it buried me. It was a nice little humbling workout for me, if you want to put it that way. And I don't think I would have been able to, in fact, I wouldn't have even done as heavy of a sled as I did had he not been there, had he not been pushing me, had he not been challenging me to try to come up to his level. And I owe him a lot for being able to do that for me. I owe him quite a bit. And it's really cool to have someone like that to work out with. That's someone that's going to push you. That's someone that's going to hold you accountable to being a better person, being a stronger person. It's good for you, not just physically, but mentally as well. And that stems over into the student athletes too. So, and I don't know how you guys like to set up your weight room or what weight room setup you guys have. But I like to pair freshmen with seniors just because it helps from a number of different ways. It helps your freshmen learn the team culture, the how hard people work in your team. That's something that's not really that's taught, that's just seen. The freshmen see the upperclassmen going through the movements with intensity, with intent, with focus, and that's something that they pick up on, that they learn over the course of that first year, and that they can practice and improve on over and over and over again. That team culture building is one of the hardest things to build in your say. Everyone's always talking about team culture. How do you guys build team culture? Well, a lot of it comes down to your seniors being able to display hard work, your captains and the important people on the team being able to display grit and instill that in the team chemistry. And I think it's really important for freshmen to see that starting on day one, like how hard are we willing to work to reach our end goal. And that can go a long way from year to year as well. And how it can impact, how training partners can impact the upperclassmen on the team is it can help develop leadership qualities that they can use not only in the weight room, not only in their sport, but they can use it in the classroom as well, and then in the job, the real world when they graduate and everything. So those leadership qualities stem from being able to teach an underclassman what our goal is of the day or what the movement is, because if they don't understand it, they're not really going to be able to teach it very well. That whole adage of if you can't teach it to a 3-year-old, you don't really understand it, that is a similar concept wherein if your senior doesn't really understand it, they're not really going to be able to convey the same cues to their freshmen as clearly as you would like to, or as clearly as you would like them to. So that's something for them to get better at as well, if they can identify it. Lastly, from an athlete-to-athlete perspective, training partners, it just helps build the community of the team. You give them an obstacle, and they struggle together. And that togetherness is what a training partner is all about. So being able to pick who trains with who is going to go a long way for their physical development, not only their physical development, but their cognitive development as well, especially that first year, that kind of deer in the headlights year. From a coach's perspective, as far as getting a training partner in, like I was saying before, I worked out, or I've been working out with my coaches here, and I feed off their energy. I feed off their competitive level because they're very competitive people. Another thing that you can take into account is professional development. I know I like to go do site visits where I go to other schools and I train and I talk shop with the coaches that are there. That's one of my favorite things to do. That's a perk of my job as a strength and conditioning coach. I go to another school, I work out, and I learn. That's one of the best ways to learn, is to work out and sweat with other people. You learn new cues, you learn new methodologies, you learn new ideas that you could bring all of those back into your own programming and training philosophies and implement them. And that's some of the coolest things that you can really brag about. Like, all those conferences that we go to are great, but just the sheer experience of training with people that you don't typically get to train with, that are going to push you, is a really cool thing to have in our profession. I think it's very underutilized, or under-talked about maybe is a better way to put it. I just wanted to bring that to the forefront and talk about it. Lastly, just the general benefits of having a training partner, like I've covered before. They keep you accountable. Excuse me. They keep you accountable. They make you push harder. They make you go harder. They challenge you to do more than what you initially signed up for. And that's a good thing. That's something that we always ask as strength coaches, who's going to go the extra mile in our workouts? Who's going to do the extra thing? Well, if I'm working out by myself, chances are that extra mile doesn't necessarily come. But if I have someone to work with and work off of and challenge, chances are I'm going to try to do that 1 or 2 extra reps. I'm going to try to do that extra set to beat them at something, and that's how I get better. That's how I become physically stronger, mentally stronger. And again, reverting to before, just training with other people, it's a better atmosphere than just training by yourself. It spurs creative thought, which is at times lost in our community. It spurs dialogue and conversation about how we would do this exercise versus that exercise, why one could be more beneficial than the other, how this could be implemented, etc., etc. and it's just a really great opportunity to enjoy the struggle of training, not just working out together. Enjoying a struggle is a much better way to put the term of training, in my opinion. So yeah, that was just my thoughts. My thoughts for the day, my thoughts for the week, on training partners and how important they can be in a long-term athletic development for a student athlete and just for coaches in general. Hopefully some of you guys found this helpful. Thank you to Jay DeMeo of CVASP. Love what you're doing with the podcast, the seminar, the manual, everything that you put out. Keep doing what you're doing, my friend, and I appreciate you having me on here. To everyone else, thank you very much. Be well and stay strong. Take care.